I know a lot of you know me, but my name is Christine Frank, also known as Hairs by Christine, Swatch Queen, Swatch Sister, Hair Bestie, and GuyTang Mydentity. So my goals as an educator is to not just tell you things, but hopefully to show you with some swatches so that you guys can see for yourself and have predictable and consistent results. I have been doing hair for over 30 years. Long time, and I am also American board certified as a hair colorist, which is a very rigid exam, the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and but it has excelled me as a hair colorist. And I also love to do reds, so I specialize in reds. This is a level 9, okay? Yeah. This is very difficult. I had them all spaced out. So this is a 9 and this is a 10. But can you guys see the reflection of the 10 as opposed to the 9? The 9 has more pigment in it. The 10 doesn't really have a lot of pigment in there. There's no gold or yellow, so it's very light colored. See? And this is not shampooed or ironed or anything. So what's going to happen with that is it's going to fade really fast. I did do some colors, some color swatches, of course. I did some color swatches. I did do a swatch on the fadage of GuyTang color. Now this is on a totally white swatch. I don't have any on hand with me. I should have brought those out. But this is on a totally white swatch. And I shampooed, when I shampooed 5 times. I ironed over it like 15 seconds at a time, like trying to get rid of some of the colors to kind of simulate what it would look like if you let it go like for weeks and fade. And you see the color didn't even fade. The amazing colors that he has, it didn't even fade on that. So sometimes, and this is on a level 10, this is human hair, level 10. So that's what's so important about, you need that underlying pigment. Otherwise, when you get salmon color, if you guys ever get a red that comes back and their hair is this instead of, you know, copper, what you need to do is go back in and, hello, anybody? Anybody? I'll give you a minute. What do we need to do to get the salmon color back to copper? What do we need to add? Put the gold back in there, the missing gold that's missing, you know. So you guys need to add the gold in there. So when somebody comes in with salmon color, now you guys know how to fix it, right? Everybody knows. If you come in and their roots come out this color, that they come back and they're like, oh, my roots are salmon color. What do we need to do? We need to add the gold back in there. We need to add the gold, the brown, the henna, the fadage on the 6MR, a cool red, so you guys can see. But again, I mean, I shampooed, I ironed the crap out of it. You can see it a little bit more in this color than you can with the copper, because the copper is so reflective and this light is like so reflective. So the cooler color, you can kind of see a little bit better how hard I did to try to get that color to fade. So when you have a cool color and you want to add reflect to it, you need to add in gray, okay? Not gold. Thank you. I like my little swatch earrings. So gray goes on cool tones and gold goes on warm tones, okay? So when you guys have fadage and problems, that's what you're gonna use, okay? Just a couple of swatches. Again, these are the swatches that I've done on, these are, and I'll post all of my swatches that I did, including all of these. These are all on different levels. I'll post them all individually because I wanted you guys to see the difference with permanent, the difference with demi-permanent, the difference on different levels, and also the different tones. So because a lot of times people don't really get, you know, like, why should I use a permanent? Why should I use a demi-permanent? Just remember, demi-permanent's for deposit only. Permanent is going to lift and then deposit. Okay? Oh, I should make long earrings next time like this, right? Those would be pretty. I'm gonna make that next time. All right. We all know what this is, right? This is our swatch book. We love our swatch book, but this is for us. This is for the professionals to have. This is not for our clients. People are showing their clients the colors on here. Like, oh, you want to be this color? Oh, you want to be this color? Oh, you want to be this color? And, you know, it's very difficult to take somebody's color and one little swatch and be able to see what it's going to look like on the hair. Like, let's take that out. Let's take a look. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, really? I mean, you're never going to be able to determine how your hair is going to look on one little tiny swatch. So what I suggest to people is get some pictures, you know, from Pinterest. Get some pictures that you've done. Get some pictures, put them in a photo album on your phone and have them there to show your client what the overall picture of your hair will look like with this color. I've posted many swatches in here on this forum, so you guys can look at all the all the swatches. Google at the top of the page swatches and you'll see all these swatches come up. This swatch book is for us. This is not to show your client. It's very confusing when we sit there and we show them this book. It's all meant to help you guys to not struggle like I've had to struggle through the years and find out the hard way how color and alkalinity works. And maybe they're not teaching it in school correctly. I'm not really sure if it's the school or if you've been in a salon that teaches, or you maybe have salespeople that come in and say, oh, you can do this with this color and da 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 da. And it's like, it's very misleading for hairdressers to learn the real story because there's so many marketing stories out there. So my goal is to teach you guys the real story and not just the marketing story of what this color can do or what that color can do. Say I want to be 7GG. I love that color. I want those for caramel highlights. I love that color. So you don't go back to the back room and mix this color on anybody's level of hair and expect it to all come out like this. Like, that is the biggest mistake that I find with hairdressers now and hair colorists, is you think that it's like you can just put this color on anybody's hair. No, you have to take into account what's the natural level of the hair. What other colors do they have on the hair? What color history do they have on their hair? This is something that I'm definitely going to do another episode on, proper consultation. Reading it later because we didn't ask the right questions. So I think that everybody wants to probably understand how to do consultations so you don't get stuck later going, well, that's what she asked for. You have to know not only what they asked for, but what they definitely don't want. And sometimes when you look through little swatches like this and somebody picks out a color, you don't really see the real picture. And sometimes when people look at a magazine, they look at the girl's face, not the hair color. So when you don't go out of the salon looking like that girl in the Modern Salon magazine, it's like, wait a second, I still look like myself. So proper consultation is key, and I am definitely going to do a thing on that. But what I wanted you guys to know is, don't show your clients the swatch book. This is for us to formulate with. Okay, so just remember this, you guys. Color will lift, and again, we're talking about natural color. I'm not talking about hair that's been colored. That's color correction, and that's a whole nother swatch episode. You know, when you're lifting natural color, you're only going to lift half the distance of your desired level, okay? That might be a little simpler than trying to put it in a formula,